Wait, JD Vance just doubled down on trash. That might help too. Let me play. This happened about 25 minutes ago. I haven't seen this yet. Let's play this.
In 2 days, we are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
Oh, my God. Can I see that again? Can we play that again?
In 2 days, we are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
Forgive me one more time.
In 2 days, we are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
In my humble view, lights out. Women, you can disagree with us. We've actually learned to take it for our whole careers all the time in every forum. But you call us trash? Oh, J.D. Vance, you just effed up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin. I mean, what just happened?
He looks angry, also sweaty. Just the whole pastiche is horrible. He's an angry, sweaty man yelling.
Who just called the first female nominee for president, the vice president of the United States, trash?
Yeah, and it's the day after. Did you see the thing yesterday where the guy shouts at the crowd that Kamala's job was on the corner? And Trump's laughing, and he looks at her, he's like, oh, you said it, not me. And that's how these guys are ending, just angry and
misogynistic.
And that's what I was hearing from the women, you know, because I was saying, it's not just about Puerto Ricans and Latino. He insulted a lot of other people, and the women were angry. They were angry how everyone at that rally was talking about Kamala Harris, you know, and this woman says, I have a young daughter, and we sat there and watched it. And I was appalled, and I had to turn it off. And there were men saying, I have daughters, I have a wife. The disrespect towards women needs to stop. You know, and so there are many reasons why people are fired up. You know, just the Puerto Ricans, we just set it off. You know what I mean?
You lead the way. But I mean, this is the vice presidential nominee on the Republican ticket calling a female vice president trash.
It's a bookend on the childless cat lady thing, too, actually. You know, JD sort of, you know, became at least not a problem for Trump for the last month, right? But if you remember that first month after he picked, it created this firestorm of reminding women and the men that you're talking about, like, why they hated Trump in the first place, like that the total disrespect, that just treating them as second-class citizens. And he picked this guy who's out there, you know, talking about how childless cat ladies are the problem and how they're disgusting. And now you close the campaign with calling her trash. I mean, and the empty rally today. If you just look at just the imagery of their last week, is just of a lashing out and angry and bitter campaign.
Victor, you're in the motorcade to Vice President Kamala Harris's next event of the day. I'm sure her staff has seen that remark. The contrast couldn't be any more stark. She didn't even say his name at the last rally, and I don't know that she's ever mentioned J.D. Vance. Maybe that's why he's so mad.
Well, I'm glad you're talking about the female vote. This morning, we did a segment on the radio about split families, right? Who someone in the family is voting for Trump, somebody's voting for Harris. There was a female, and I don't know if we have the audio. I provided your team with the audio. A female, a Puerto Rican call, a woman, and she said she's voting for Harris, and her husband is voting for Trump. She is trying to convince her husband. She sent him a text message, she said, to explain to him why she's voting for Harris, and she reminded him that when she was young, she was molested. And that if that was to happen to her now and she was to get pregnant, she wouldn't be able to have an abortion. And so I asked her, I said, okay, what was his reply? She said he didn't reply. He read the message. He didn't reply. I asked her, I said, you think you got to him? She said, I think I did. We haven't talked about it after I sent them the text message. We haven't discussed it internally. But I think I got to him.
I think that the idea that men are in a monolith on abortion is inaccurate. I think the case that has been made by women on behalf of the extremist and damaging policies ushered in by Donald Trump's Supreme Court has been made to all Americans. Did you hear anything from voters on that topic when you were in Pennsylvania?
About the men?
About abortion and about
abortion was high because in the Latino community, you know, religion is front and center. Mm-hmm. And there was this one woman who had to have an abortion because she had complications during her pregnancy. And she told me that her family, you know, shunned her. And she said that after the overturn of Roe v. Wade, she went and told her relatives, would it be okay if I died? Would that be okay? And she said, and they had no response. And that's what I'm finding out over and over with my family, as you know. Mm-hmm. There's no callback. Time and time again, ever since Madison Square Garden, a lot of the Trump supporters have nothing to say. Mm-hmm. They have nothing to say.
Yeah.
You know, and also what was important that I told the women, I said, this one woman said, who was on the street, she's just passing by, and she says, you know, as a Latina, how can you support abortion? I said, I don't support abortion. I support pro-choice. It's not pro-abortion, it's pro-choice. It says that I can do what I want to do and you can do what you want to do. America was built on freedom. Freedom to believe how you want to believe and freedom to believe how I want to believe. And it shouldn't be a man telling us what to do with our bodies. That's what choice is about, pro-choice. I said, do you understand? And she went, oh, no one's ever said it that way. Mm-hmm. And I said, maybe no one was listening, because it has been said over and over again. And I said, listen, when you go to the polls, I said, do you have a daughter? She said, yes. I said, how old your daughter? She said, 16. What if she makes a mistake? And she went just like this. I said, what if someone attacks her? What if somebody rapes her? What's going to happen if this man gets in office? You need to think about it. You need to think about it. And guess what? I'm going to be hoping that you're going to change your mind. I really am. And she gave me a hug. She gave me a hug and she started crying and she was like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, the message is getting out there. And the women, I think, are going to be pivotal. But I also think men, too. And people are not talking about that.
No, and the look, there's the guy that runs Barstool, Dave Portnoy, right? Right when Dobbs came down, he went on this YouTube rant about this that I've been sending to people, you know, Democratic friends of mine. I'm like, you use this in communicating to young men because there are a lot of young men that are, you know, not aligned with this, you know, kind of with these extreme bans, like a 6-week ban, things like even pro-life young men, and I think that's why you've seen Trump and Vance really struggle with this. Like, they haven't had a good answer to this question. They've been flopping all around. They know it's a problem because it's a problem not just with women, but with their core demo. Because if they cannot maximize the turnout among younger men who are these secular younger men, I'm not talking about evangelical young men, but like secular younger men that have appealed to them because they've been going on these bro podcasts or whatever, most of them are not aligned with this 6-week abortion ban agenda. And I think that the Democrats can cut into that in the final days with that message.